Now, there's a slight chance that what I want to do here is not going to be accessible. Hi there! I guess the trainers here refresh if you go out and go back in. So here's Cloak. I definitely remember you. You're the one who had the Ledian. So everyone here is pretty much Cypher members who had Shadow Pokemon who you can't refight during the main story. But I didn't expect to be ambushed by you. And Jumpluff is not exactly the best for this. Might have to go back to the PC to heal again after this, because I want to be fully healed before the actual... Yeah, you guys resist fighting. Now, I think Volbeat has slightly more physical defense than Illumise, and it's the reverse for special defense. I know that Illumise is more special defense oriented, and Volbeat is more physical oriented. Which, again, is weird, because Volbeat's the one that gets Tail Glow. I think there were also, like... Oh, speaking of Tail Glow. But there were also, like, kind of... There was I don't think they were actually version exclusive. They were, like, semi-version exclusive, in that one of them was more common on your version, and the other was a lot rarer, but you could still get both. I think it was, like, reversed colors as well. So, Illumise was the one who was more common on Ruby, and Volbeat was the one who was more common on Sapphire. I do find it kind of annoying that a lot of websites list version exclusives, because there's something that's pretty obvious to keep track of, but not many of them talk about what I like to call semi-exclusives, in that the Pokemon that's, like I said, they're not exclusive to one version. You can still get the other one on your version, but one of them is far more common on one version than the other, and vice versa. I know that Weedle and Canopy are like that in Gold and Silver. One of them is far more common, and the other is a lot rarer. I think the other one you need to go to the bug catching contest to get. I haven't really taken very much damage in this battle, so I can probably afford to keep pressing on. So, yeah, you only served in delaying me a little bit, Cloak. I mean, then again, that's to be expected from the Master of Shadow Ledian. And you're still talking about spies. We've got over that plot point a long time ago. You actually give good money, though. At least by this game's standards. So yeah, I believe the trainers will refresh every time you enter and exit this place. Let me see if there's anyone new. Oh, I guess I have to go down here. But I think after you've caught their Shadow Pokemon, you can only battle them each once, and then you can't battle them ever again. So that probably was the last we've seen of Cloak. Okay, now let me just see if we're... Yep, he's here. Okay. So, obviously, Gonzap is back in his office now. Like I said, you want to be prepared before you take him on. I feel like his overworld model here looks a little bit thin. And almost a bit two-dimensional. But anyway, you want to be prepared before taking him on, obviously. You also probably want to save. So, like I was saying before, win or lose, you only get one shot at this fight, but that's if you've previously snagged Skarmory. If you haven't snagged Skarmory, you can rebattle this guy as much as you want until you get Skarmory, but once you have caught Skarmory, the next fight with him will be your last, regardless of whether you win or lose. So, I definitely want to win this. And win or lose, you still get the same reward. Yep, we're battling him on our home turf. Let's see if home field advantage has anything for him. And he still doesn't get a unique boss theme, which is kind of a shame. I wish he got the Cypher admin theme. He really deserves it. And yeah, the levels here are pretty high on his Pokemon. And yeah, I knew that he led with at least one thing that was weak to fighting, so that's why I led with Kick Face. So Gonzap's strategy in this rematch in particular is to spam Hyper Beam. And he also loves Pokemon with Intimidate. He's not as much of a big Intimidate spammer as he is in, well, I guess we'll talk about that later. Let's just say that if this guy does show up in XD, and there he really loves to spam Intimidate, but here he's pretty much all about the Hyper Beam. So let's hope that I can one-shot this Gramble through Intimidate. Uh-oh. Okay, we need to take out his Pokemon quickly. Yeah, usually when somebody uses one X item in this game, they use one on both their Pokemon. So at least we know that his Pokemon aren't going to attack this turn. But I need to get rid of these things very, very quickly, because otherwise I'm in for some major pain. X-Attack boosted Hyper Beam is going to be really painful. Please don't miss. Thank you. Please, one shot. No. Okay, that's not good. And I can't use... Well, okay, let's see if I can finish you off with Giga Drain or not. I know High Jump Kick is not going to be super effective against Armaldo, but I guess I can try it. I don't think that Gramble's going to outspeed anything, because Gramble's a pretty slow Pokemon. Let's see. Please, KO. I think that KO, that's good. Because if that thing survives, it's probably going to Hyper Beam you. Still love that Jaw Drop. I know that a Hyper Beam isn't exactly the best move competitively, but this isn't competitive. It hits very, very hard here. And Crawdaunt was the other reason why I brought Kick Face to this fight. Gonzap doesn't really like fighting types. I guess that makes sense because a lot of evil team leaders like to use Darks, but Gonzap has a bit of a variety of Pokemon, but he still doesn't really like fighting types very much. Okay, that Crawdaunt. I'm just going to make sure that Crawdaunt goes down. I guess I should talk about Crawdaunt for a bit. Crawdaunt is a Pokemon that, when I looked up its stats, they're very different than what I expected. For one, it has base 90 special attack, or even 95, so it's not as bad at using special moves as I thought it was. It actually does kind of appreciate special Crab Hammer. The reason why I'm not that familiar with Crawdaunt's stats is because I have never actually trained up a competitive Crawdaunt, and there's a very good reason for this. I know this is really mean and unfair, but Crawdaunt is a Pokemon that has consistently traumatized me in battle facilities. Mainly Generation 4. Now, there's a Crawdaunt in the Gen 4 Battle Tower that has Quick Claw and Guillotine. It has this uncanny tendency to activate Quick Claw and hit with Guillotine. Oh, wow, I didn't expect you to do that. It's kind of interesting. Most trainers use full restores when their Pokemon are on low health, but they usually don't use them to cure status. Anyway, though, it has this uncanny ability to activate Quick Claw and hit with Guillotine, often twice in a row. And if you use a Ghost type that's immune to Guillotine, it has Night Slash, and it usually crits you with Night Slash. If you use a Pokemon with Sturdy, that is also immune to Guillotine, it will use Crab Hammer, and Crab Hammer will usually critical you. Okay, nice job surviving that, but I would send Kick Face... I already have Kick Face in. I would send Soul in, but I really don't like the idea of that Armaldo using... Because that Armaldo is still X-attacked. I don't like the idea of it using Silver Wind, but let's see if I can put it to sleep. Because I know that Machamp is not going to be doing anything this turn, because it's just used Hyper Beam. But yeah, that Crawdaunt traumatized me so badly that I flat out refused to ever train a Crawdaunt myself. I just really can't stand to look at Crawdaunt anymore. And it's kind of unfair because from what I can tell, Crawdaunt was actually OU for a little while. Crawdaunt is something that I never expected to be OU, but it actually was for a little while. I guess adaptability was just that good, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's hopefully one-shot this Machamp, because it can actually move this turn. Okay, good one-shotter, that's fine. No! Still love Machamp's fading animation. So what do you got next? Breloom. Another thing that Soul does well against. Serving both a fighting type and a psychic type works pretty well here. Just watch your psychic types around Armaldo. I feel like that thing would have Silver Wind, which in this gen was physical and was the best physical bug move outside of Mega Horn, which is quite sad, but it was. That's just the way things were in this generation. Well, actually, there was Signal Beam, but almost nothing learned Signal Beam of significance in this generation. Then it became a tutor move in the next gen, and then it became a lot more useful. I don't think that crit mattered at all. But anyway, Breloom is down. I'm having a much easier time with this battle than I thought I would. But then again, good fighting and psychic types pretty much wrecked this guy's team. Now, this is kind of weird. Gyarados is his substitute for Skarmory. I mean, I know it's a flying type, but it's really not that similar to Skarmory. Usually people replace their Shadow Pokemon with something that's very similar, both in design or in typing, but Gyarados is just not that similar to Skarmory at all. It's like, you know, Evice replaces his Tyranitar with an Aggron. I definitely know that now. Oh no, you got... Okay, Ancient Power. This might still KO Soul, though, although it's probably aimed... No, it wasn't aimed at Jumpluff. I'm sorry, Soul. People have said that they want to make a Soul Feint counter for this playthrough, but yeah. Who wants to fight that Gyarados? Maybe Suicune? I think you're probably our best bet here. Guess you'll be able to finish off that Armaldo pretty easily. Then again, I can just... Or not, because I've run out of PP for that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need... Well, I think the only place you can get PP ups in this game is Mount Battle, and I don't have nearly enough poker coupons to... Ah! How many of those do you have? Well, at least Suikun's done a good job of finishing off that Armaldo, but... Yeah, that's annoying. Gonzap is fancying himself a gym leader. Also, yeah, you might notice that Gyarados always has blue whiskers in this gen, because the gender difference for it didn't exist yet. Oh, that's annoying. I just got a pop-up on my computer saying Norton Internet Security is currently performing background tasks while your computer is idle. My computer is not idle! I am recording! It's annoying because, for some reason, yeah, it considers you recording as being idle, and it's really, really annoying. Like I said, that's not going to 2-hit KO the Armaldo, and you might even... I really don't want to run the risk of buffing that Gyarados, but I'm going to go for Rain Dance, just because I want to get rid of that Armaldo in my next attack, and I don't want to risk him using another full restore. I really hope that Norton Internet Security pop-up isn't what's causing the desync that sometimes happens when I record. Uh-oh, and you woke up immediately. What are you going to do? Please don't use Dragon Dance. Oh, of course you would use Dragon Dance! I still love how Gyarados uses Dragon Dance, though. It just flops around. I guess it still has some Magikarp in it. I was about to say they did a lot more than I expected, then I realized, oh wait, you are actually, you are X-attacked, so that makes sense. Kinda glad that you are, okay, let's shut off your Dragon Dance spamming for now. Oh no. Please don't hit Suicune. I don't want Suicune to get one-shotted. Oh, nice survival there. I probably should have gone for Moonlight. I was thinking of going for Moonlight, but I did not because I didn't expect to be taking that much damage. Please let this be enough. Good. Okay, that's very good. Well, at least Gyarados has to recharge next turn. I can go for Moonlight then without any risk. I guess Gyarados fits with his theme of liking Intimidate and Hyper Beam, because as much as Hyper Beam is not that great of a move, I mean, it's a move that's often associated with Gyarados, especially in the anime. Speaking of which, someone in the comments in an earlier video suggested that, you know how I said that it was weird that in Smash Brothers that Goldeen is the useless Pokemon that just appears and does nothing out of Pokeballs? And I said that it should have been Magikarp? Well, that was lucky. This battle's almost over anyway. I doubt that's really going to matter all that much. Oh, it's... Moonlight must heal less in Rain. I thought that it healed more in Rain. Huh. Guess I'll have to, check that. Yeah, I think it heals more in Sun. That is interesting, because I forgot that Moonlight healed less in Rain. I thought that it healed more in any weather, but less in Sandstorm. By any weather, I meant any weather that wasn't Sandstorm. I mean, I rarely use Moonlight that much in multiplayer battles, so I'm not really that familiar with it. But what I was saying was, the Magikarp thing. So, someone in the comments suggested that you could have Magikarp as the useless Pokemon that appears in Pokeballs, and it could have a random chance of evolving into Gyarados and devastating everything, with, like, using some kind of really devastating move. That'd be kind of fun. I think that'd be cool. Oh, don't... well, you are Dragon Dance boosted. Sorry, Luna. You're almost down anyway. Wow, that's only one Dragon Dance and you're doing that much to Suicune with a damage-reduced Earthquake. Like, as in that Earthquake hit both Pokemon, so it's having lower damage output. Yeah, Gyarados is really, really powerful. And obviously he won't have this if you didn't snag Skarmory, he'll have Skarmory instead. But it looks like, I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like I'm going to finish this on the first try. I'm going to protect Dangreen just in case. I'm going to go for the ultimate insult and attack you with Gust. It's kind of like the move that Gyarados is also infamous for, Twister. That probably would have one-shotted Dangreen if it had hit, so I'm glad I used Protect there. Or you could crit Suicune and force this battle to go on for an extra turn. I wonder if you're going to outspeed jump off of the Dragon Dance. You might, actually. Gyarados is even on its own not all that slow. You're probably going to go for high... Well, I forgot that I was ran a PP of that. Yep, you are gonna drag this battle out for another turn, because I'm sure Dan Green's gonna be one-shotted by that. Or you could get another critical. You could get 2 criticals in a row. Seriously, I thought that I had this battle, and now I'm actually not so sure. I really could legitimately lose this. But I have an idea. Oh, actually, wait, no. I put it to sleep. It's probably gonna... This is probably gonna be fine, unless it wakes up immediately. My idea was that I'd use an elixir on Jumpluff and then have Jumpluff finish it off. I should probably still do that just in case it wakes up in one turn, because it will definitely outspeed Kickface if it wakes up in one turn. I definitely have some elixirs. Yeah, I got ethers and elixirs. I don't need any more than 10 PP here. Let's restore the Giga Drain, and... because I didn't use that on Jumpluff's turn, I'll be able to go for the Giga Drain here. Yeah, it was faster than Jumpluff. So, yeah, good thing I put it to sleep. That almost went badly, but I was able to do it. Still find it funny how in the anime, the first time Gyarados appeared, it used that insanely powerful tornado attack that was apparently Dragon Rage, even though Dragon Rage only does a fixed 40 damage in the games and doesn't look like a tornado at all. I feel like they created the move Twister specifically so that they'd have a more fitting move for that situation in the anime. So, if you look closer, you'll see a glint on the table. So once again, yeah, we don't get any backstory on the main character. And this is actually kind of significant to the sequel, you'll see. For now, though, that's the last we'll be seeing of Gonzap in this game. The main reason we fought him, though, was to grab this. We get the D disc. Yes, another disc for the UFO and the Under. That's going to lead us to our next post-game destination. Let's look at Gonzap search history. Nope. Anyway, I can just picture like him having something really embarrassing on there, like videos of cuteness contests or something like that. Anyway, let's go out of the Snagma hideout, because that's everything we can do here. There might be a few more trainers that we're able to rematch, but I've pretty much shown everything that I wanted to here. Please do. Hello? That gap in the wall. This is just a hot spot for ambush. This isn't... And I haven't healed. I haven't healed! I have the majority of my team fainted, and I'm getting ambushed. You are smart. This is not good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. How nice of him. Gonzap fully heals you after you beat him. I didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool. Though this doesn't exactly look good. I'm gonna go ahead and, double switch here. And I'm gonna get revenge for all the times my own Jumpluff has been hit by Ice Beam over the course of this playthrough. But anyway, I kind of like that fight with Gonzap, but like I said, if you lose that, you still will get the D-Disc, but he will disappear forever if you've already snagged Skarmory, so you only get one chance at that fight. That's fine, I don't think I'm going to be using water moves anyway. In fact, you just sealed your own demise. It seems like everyone with weather moves in this game does that, or even in this generation in general, but anyway. Now it is time for revenge! Speaking of which, though, I'm a little bit surprised that Ice Beam, like, the ice moves aren't weakened when Sun is out. But, I don't know, I mean, ice types already have a lot of issues, you probably don't want to give them any more. Now it's time for Dan Green to use Fire Blast. And, yeah, that was probably a double one-hit KO. Goodbye, Roselia. Vileplume. You were the one who had Sunflora, weren't you? I'm sure you were the one who had Sunflora. But anyway, revenge for all the times Jumpluff has been hit by Ice Beam. If that didn't one-hit KO, I would have been very embarrassed. But yes, it did one-hit KO, so that was good. Goodbye, Jumpluff that is not as awesome as mine by default. And you have no more Pokemon, so you're going to get Fire Blasted, although I think you're probably... Actually, you went faster. Yeah, I'm sure Vileplume has Chlorophyll, but I guess even with Chlorophyll, you weren't faster. Let's use that, not Solar Beam. Guess I should mention that Giga Drain, when I first played Gen 2, which was the generation where Giga Drain was first introduced, I was... Actually, no, wait, I think the first time I ever saw Giga Drain was not when fighting Erika and Kanto. I think it was actually when fighting Koga. I think his Ariados used Giga Drain. Giga Drain's animation in Gen 2 looks really awesome, so it was a pretty impressive looking move back then. It also made a pretty funny sound. That's my best imitation of it, but yeah. Look up what Giga Drain looks like in Gen 2. It's pretty cool looking. And again, it has a pretty funny sound. Not as funny as Gen 1 Rock Slide, though. Gen 1 Rock Slide sounds hilarious. At least your defeat dialogue is a bit different. We're talking about how you lost again. Well, there was a rematch that I didn't expect to have. And she's gone. So yeah, every time you go back in here, you'll probably have new rematches in this wall. I'll just call that the ambush wall. But anyway, let's head out of here. See if we get an email. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting an email. I'm going to go to the under in preparation for what we need to do next. Which will obviously be in a separate video, because there's a lot to cover when we get down there. Norton Internet Security, stop it. My computer is not idle. Maybe it's a virus that Gonzap has infected my computer with in an attempt to stop me. Anyway, gonna go ahead and heal here. So, next time, I believe there's only one Pokemon that we got an email about that we haven't actually snagged yet. We go to the snag list. So we've got Pokeballs besides everything except for that Shuckle. We have no information on it, but that's what we'll be working on getting next. So, I will see you then.